Welcome to the next episode of Habitually Fat.
Why are you whispering?
I don't know.
Hi, welcome to Habitually Fat. We got kicked out of the museum we were supposed to go to today, so now we're gonna go do blacksmithing.
Yeah.
And make candles and hold hands and stuff.
I think the big thing here is that Nick is wearing sleeves.
I can't get sunburnt any more than I already have this summer. Out in Uvalde at Matt's retirement at Drive Tanks, I got violently sunburnt.
Oh. It turns out all of the museums that that refuse to let us come in and film, believe it or not, they have competitive butthole penis chugging competition teams. Did you know that? They all practice sucking dick with their butthole, all of them.
Well, my favorite thing is they're like, well, you know, we receive a lot of funding from the government, so we usually don't let people in here to film. And it's like, motherfucker, I pay the government. What are we talking about here?
Yeah, I can't, like, personally, I can't think of a single institution that I would ever be in charge of that, like, people come down for free and just want to share history with everybody, and they wouldn't want to be a part of it. So luckily, you know, we adjusted fire, and Mrs. Linecrosser found us this place called Folkfest. Apparently, the people who own this place, Alina and her husband, they're both very excited to have us here. We're very excited to be here. They got some historical stuff down here from the 1800s. Apparently they got like cannon firing, musket firing.
The dude running the forge is a forge and fire champion.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna shoot a cannon, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm going for. Well, you ready to head on in?
Yeah, let's go.
All right.
My name is Alex Ruiz. I'm the blacksmith for the Alamo. I'm also a living historian. I specialize in historical ironwork and weaponry. Forge and Fire champion, season 5, episode 13. Forge and Fire finalist, season 10, episode 15. So blacksmithing is pretty much in my roots since my 10th great grandfather was the original blacksmith for the Alamo in the 1720s. So I'm just keeping that legacy alive, I guess.
That's awesome. Sweet.
The OG Alamo?
I am the current blacksmith for the Alamo now, and I made the brand, their new brand for official stuff, like all the fancy whatevers they do, like the kickoff whatever events, they have the brand in there. I'm the first one to make a new brand in 300 years. It was my 10th great grandfather who made the original in like 1725 or 1726.
That's awesome.
That's fucking gangster.
That's really cool.
Sweet. All right, well, let's show us what we're doing. We'll follow you.
Come around this way. So I got this little section back in here and around, kind of like sectioned off for us.
Now, I do want to know, in reference to blacksmithing, considering it's 2025, should we
Yes.
refer to it as African-American smithing now? Or is it...
See, the thing is, blacksmithing belongs to everybody. That's
okay.
the fun thing about it. It's like, it's everyone's thing. Aaron is the president of Balcones Forge.
Good to meet you. Name's Ethan.
Aaron.
How you doing, sir? I'm Nick.
So Balcones Forge, Central Texas Blacksmiths, is a group, a nonprofit organization that keeps blacksmithing alive. And so you'll see there's a lot of youth coming in and out of here. And a lot of these guys volunteer and work to, you know, keep promoting it. And I've been a member ever since I first got started. So anything I can do to help them out too. So I'm just glad they're letting us use the space for today for this. But yeah, I got a forge going, I got material. And do they need to sign anything?
We'll sign whatever you guys need us to. It's not a big deal.
Y'all are wearing glasses, so that's good. It's a little small over here, but
I'm okay with that.
But we're gonna take bar of steel, turn it into that.
Oh, we're going to try, yeah. I have the artistic talent of a potato, but we'll give it a shot.
It's not that many steps. It's really just heat, beat, repeat. So we're gonna switch off here.
I'll tell you what, you want to go first? You want me to go first?
And repeat.
Sounds like a barracks on a Friday night.
Really, just you give it a few, let the heat just go into the material.
I assume getting it too hot too quick is probably a bad thing.
Yeah, it'll melt it, right? So when I'm really going like this with these old-timey forges, it's because I'm doing Damascus or something, right?
Okay.
So that usually I just give it a go, let that heat kind of creep through it, and should come up to temp relatively quickly. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna demo, very general demo, and I got material cut and ready for y'all.
So how did has every guy in your family been into this, or did you kind of like rediscover it and bring it back, or?
Rediscovered it. Only relatively recently did I discover that connection. It's in the last maybe a month that I discovered that connection. So I've tracked my genealogy very far back in Texas. So not only I'm a 1718 descendant, which is the first families in San Antonio, but I'm also a descendant of the Mission Indians of San Antonio. So they've been here for much, much longer. You know, the Zarame, the Lipan Apache, and the Payaya have been here for a lot longer than everyone else, essentially. So my ancestors are that, you know, they came to the missions and they converted, and that's how the only reason I know who they are, because they're listed in the mission records as mestizos from San Antonio, or back in the day of the village of San Fernando, La Villa de San Fernando. And I think it'll be my 7th great grandparents are listed as mestizos from this city. And one of them specifically was listed, she is a mestizo or mestiza from the village, from Mission de Valero. So she was an Indian from de Valero, which is the Alamo.
Okay.
Right? So, and they're there in those records, and it's just a matter of tracking down their original baptismal records and everything to find out what nation they were from. Sometimes the records are a little muddy, but at least I have plenty that says they were mestizos, they were from this city. And that heritage, I keep alive through some of my work, and I keep alive through talking about it when I do demos and I'm at the Alamo or other historical sites, and try to let people know who was here and, their story. Because if someone isn't going to speak for them, who will?
So, if you just found that out in like the last month, when did you make the new brand for the Alamo?
About a month ago.
Did you know before that, before you made the brand?
No,
or?
I knew one of my ancestors was the ranch hand for Rancho del Mora. That was the ranch that the mission owned. So every mission had a ranch attached to it, right, that they owned and they ran. One of my ancestors was like the ranch hand for it. So I was like, oh, he probably used it. I mean, he had to, right?
Yeah.
But then I see a name in my family history, which I didn't track down. I just saw Juan Banul. Didn't think much of it because I was like, Juan Banul, Belgian. Okay, that's weird, but Belgium was under Spanish control. So I was like, I'll take a look later. I met a fellow cousin of mine who's a Mission Indian descendant too, and he says, yeah, one of my ancestors was the blacksmith for the missions. His name was Juan Banul, and I was like, wait a minute, who? I go back, I cross-reference, turns out we're a cousin on that side of my family too. So I was like, hold up, wait a minute. I started looking at my family history, and I'm just like, this is the same person, same records and everything. But I've been the blacksmith with the Alamo since 2018, I think. 2018, 2019.
So do you primarily, I see your main focus is like historical weapons, maybe armor, I'm not sure. Do you ever just do people commission off the wall, even modern stuff with you, or are you just strictly focus on
I try to stay strictly with iron, traditional ironwork and custom knives and everything. I do get off the wall. I get off the wall requests every once in a while.
Okay.
The chastity belt was definitely the most off the wall one. They gave me some really specific dimensions. They're like, it must be this, it must have this, and it must be able to lock. I'm like, let me send you to someone who specializes. I've like Pawn Stars. I got a guy. I'll call him over here, and he'll give you an estimate. I sent him to someone I knew who does more zany metal work.
That's awesome.
She messages me, could you send that weirdo to me? I'm like, you're the only weirdo who does this stuff.
That's hilarious.
That is wonderful.
All right, I'm up to temp now. I'm gonna come over to the anvil.
Here, you want to be the pounder?
I think he's doing this one.
I'm gonna just demo real quick. See where I'm at? Right there at that little halfway point. You got a little notch going, right? That tells me where I need to be. Got my little starter point right there.
Yeah,
tells me where I need to be.
Where you're building compared to that one, yeah.
That tells me where I need to be, and then I'll take that. So this material comes from the same stock, so you can see how much you can get, and that's to say I can still get maybe 10-20% more if I really wanted to.
Okay, so now it's just heating it and stretching it out and then kind of forming that shape?
Yeah, and so I already did my demo piece. We can work together on this, and I'll get both y'all in the forge just to get it going. This is already cooled off, so.
It will kill. I'm sorry.
I've heard that twice in my life, and I'm glad I've heard it both times.
I couldn't have
3 times, actually.
Oh, okay. I made a video a long time ago, and I stitched something that Doug Marcaida did, and then he ended up duetting it on TikTok.
Really?
I thought that was the highlight for me.
I didn't know what kind of time frame I had y'all for, so a little bit of movie magic. A lot of guys will put a notch in there already.
Okay.
Saves you this headache, the time of having to do that, because in one heat you can do it, or do you want to just get right into it? And I know a lot of guys that are professional makers, you got to move stuff out. I'll have 4 or 5 of these in the forge at any given time, and I'm working one after the other after the other. When you grab it and come in like this, it's pretty secure, right?
Yeah.
First thing, you're going to want to hammer right here. So whoever wants to go first, I'll hand that over to you so you get it locked in.
I think I'll go first just because you'll look even better after I screw it
Oh,
up.
okay.
I don't know exactly how warm it has to get. I'm lefty, so I'm going to be holding the little pliers with my right hand. And
You're left-handed?
yeah.
Huh.
You know, a lot of successful people throughout history are left-handed.
Name 17.
Not me. Name 17? George Washington. What is it? I almost said Sir Isaac Newton. The heck is the fucking E equals MC squared guy? I can see his face.
Einstein?
There you go. Einstein was left-handed. Also autistic, but, you know, it's neither here nor there. I want to say Patton was left-handed.
Boo.
MacArthur was not. I know that for a fact.
Also boo.
Yeah. Hey, well, Patton was not bad. MacArthur, Patton just didn't want to accept that like PTSD was a thing. He thought anyone who refused to fight because of battle stress was a coward.
I don't know. After my Terry video, I don't really like the guy. Think of it like an ancient missile that you're making.
Yeah. Did I?
Yeah,
do I
they're
flatten
good.
it?
Yeah,
Or-
keep going. Hold it a little further up. Okay, yeah, right there. Little tight on this grip right there. Loose up the front when you're hammering.
Okay.
All right, turn
So,
it. Flatten that
flatten
side
that?
up. Yep. Okay. Keep going right there at
Right
that
there?
corner. Yep. Turn it. Flatten it down. All right. Back in the forge.
All right. Just squeeze in next to you. We've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty. So roughly, what temperature are you trying to get these things to?
I'm looking at like 1500, 1600, give or take. So
Okay.
somewhere between 1550, 1650. And that's the good optimal forging temperature.
Honestly, it was a lot softer than I expected it to be. I thought it was a whole lot more ass behind it.
Yeah, see, I mean, some of the bigger stuff. You don't believe me, some steels will be a lot more, oomph behind it. So hammer hold. It sounds like it's a no-brainer, but there's a little more to it than that, because when you're hammering to push nail through, you're just throwing your weight into it, right? The anvil's bouncing right back at you. So you have a grip. Now, if you held a baseball bat, you kind of got a certain way of gripping it, or a golf club. I also tell people, like, if you ever played around with a katana, traditionally, there's a way they grip their swords where it's tight here and light here, so you can manipulate and control a little bit better.
So when you get that bounce back, it's actually giving way instead of...
It's bouncing back, right?
Okay.
Because if you hold it like this, you stop it. Now, I don't know how old you are, but after a certain age, you start to feel something right here. If you do, you start getting that tennis elbow. So that's why I tell people, like, don't dead blow it and try to stop it. You're gonna feel it right here, and if you're not gonna feel it immediately, you'll feel it overnight. Just let it bounce right back in your hand.
Okay.
When you want to throw a little more force, you don't have to pull your elbow back or your arm back. You just go whoosh, like that. All right. Further up, yeah, right there. Close your thumb on it. There you go. Straight down on it. Boom, boom. All right, good. Back in the forge.
And is this where I'm starting to draw out the blade?
Yeah, you see how you keep squeezing it down.
Okay.
That
So,
way, yeah.
like the tip of it? or
There
the
you
whole
go, yeah. Keep working it back towards you.
And then flatten? Or...
Yeah, a little bit more right here. So what you're gonna end up with is a profile like that.
Okay. So, like, I could compare it to that
Yeah,
and just start
there you
drawing it
go.
out?
Okay.
Like now? Or
Yeah, a little bit. No. All right, back in the forge.
Back in the forge? Oh, hang on, it's a little crooked. Let me just try and straighten it out. Quite frankly, like, I could probably push it a lot harder. However, what I'm concerned about is the fact that it's like left over from when Christ was a kid, and I'm worried that it's gonna just rip itself apart. So I'm just trying to like be gentle and even with it. I love Forged in Fire. I really do. I enjoy the show.
I'm out of my contracts. I can say whatever I want now.
While you guys are actually in the forge working, do they allow like a break, anything like that? Like,
If you gotta take a break, it's on your time. That clock doesn't stop.
okay, wow, okay, so it is like legit. Like there's no.
If you gotta go to the bathroom, that's time off of you. They're not stopping nothing for you.
Okay, that's good to know.
When I did the home forge round, what they do is like, hey, look, you have X number a day to work, right? If you want to stop the clock for a minute to, do stuff, whatever, you could. You got two people on site. You got a camera guy and you got the runner, and they alternate out. So there's no time when you're just by yourself, unless they need to step away themselves for something. But then they'll leave a time lapse camera on you just to make sure. My producer and runner were awesome. They were real chill.
What blade did you end up having to forge to win?
The first time around was the Horseman's Axe, which is just imagine an axe, really thin, spindly thing with a bell hook on it, And that was what I did for the first time around.
I saw that episode. No,
I did that one. Of course, the dimensions in the show are ridiculous. They need something big and scaled up. In reality, they're much smaller, much lighter.
So good to flip this around?
Yep, good to flip it around.
What's your favorite style to make? Like, what do you, if you were gonna just make something for yourself, for, you know, just for fun, do you like new and challenging things, or are you like I'm a Damascus guy, or I'm a,
I keep things simple.
Okay.
Can I do fancy stuff? Yep. I've showed it on online. They're like, hey, look, here's something real fancy from me. Just so y'all don't forget, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But on the rest of the day, I'm fine. I'm doing simple stuff. I've done Damascus. I've done some really elaborate forged work on knives. It's just to show people, I'm like, look, I know what I'm doing still. I just don't like doing the fancy stuff all the time.
Yeah.
Some guys do it all the time. It's like their thing, is they will only do really nice high-end stuff, which is great. When you got a collector base for it, you got a buyer base for it, it's fine and dandy if you're looking to aim for awards at shows. But me, I just like having fun. I still like enjoying the craft. The moment it turns into like this, I have to do a thing for this, it starts to get a little less fun. And I do hit those walls sometimes, but that's where I start doing stuff that's fun. Okay. I'll take a break. I'll say, hey, look, no orders right now. I just want to enjoy stuff. I want to travel doing this stuff, and I want to learn something new. Like I've started learning silverwork. And spending more time on my cultural stuff, cultural heritage stuff. That's kind of keeping me going too.
Your fly's down, Nick. Then make sure you get a good look of that, for the Dommy mommies on Pepperbox.
All right, so that was blacksmithing. Where are we going next? We're gonna go shoot muskets and cannons.
We're roaming aimlessly at this point.
More stuff.
Stuff and things.
Forged and Fire champion. You've got to have social media, right? Where can they find you?
Yes, I am on Instagram and Facebook. I'm Volundr Forge, so VOLUNDR_Forge. I'm pretty easy to find nowadays. You can Google me at this point.
You can order chastity belts directly from him.
No.
Handmade, high carbon steel.
Not
They
anymore.
rust immediately.
I just want you to know you're probably gonna get bombarded with chastity belt comments after this.
That's gonna be an awesome Forged and Fire episode.
It's gonna be great.
You have to build a chastity belt for Nicki Minaj. It's a lot of steel.